Welcome back, folks. This is lesson 81. I thought we'd have a change today again and just a lovely pastoral scene of Norfolk. The lovely Norfolk where I live, it's beautiful. The colours we're going to start off today is the usual colours we use is the raw sienna or ochre, ultramarine and burnt umber, and a weak mix of alyssum and crimson. Okay? Move that off the system and away we go. All we've got is some fields, a bit of a village in the distance there, just suggested, and some slight hills in the background. A bit of a path coming down into the village there, and some more fields here. So let's have a go and see how we go, shall we? We'll start with a sky. Don't try and make it a bit heavy sky. I like heavy skies, you know that. Touch your water on it. There we go with that. That's water. And here's a touch of blue sky. Well, the light, so see the light coming from the left here this time. I've just formed negative shapes for clouds there, and I'm going to pop in some alyssum crimson in the bottom of the sky there. Probably a bit weaker than that. Soften it down a bit, whip it up into the sky like that. Light coming from the left, so any shadow area is going to be on the right, isn't it? So let's try and put some shadows in as well. Before that, though, I'll use I'll threaten the threatening sky. I'll threaten it a bit. Let's see what we've got. That's better. A bit of angry sky in it. You can't beat it. Darken it. Take it down to the horizon. That I changed my mind. I want a more brooding sky, if you like. Let's take it down to there. I think that's it for the sky. Just don't fiddle. Right, that's dry now. So what I need now is something to just push this hillside and that to there. Just to shove it back a bit of ultramarine and alyssum crimson together. That should deal with it and push it back. See how we go. And then some more in the distance there, but so it'll be a bit weak, won't it, because it's further away. Let's soften it and make it further away. That's it, right. I want to put a bit on there, put a bit of greenery on there as well, just because it's a bit sort of, these are fields here, and I want this to be sort of hillside, which is not cultivated. So if I put a touch of green on there, that should help a little bit. So I'm going to use that two colours. We've got the raw sienna and some of that Windsor blue red shade. Should give me a not too positive blue, a positive green. I say it's enough just to sort of give me a coat of greenery, but not too much. See how we go. So this is going to sort of blend into that sort of piece there and come down here. Right, that's all right for now. And I want to get some of these fields in and that as well. The village will look after itself for a while. And these fields I want to be I want a bit of oilseed rape into this to make it look, well, it's spring, isn't it? So let's get some oilseed rape. And cadmium lemon is a good colour for oilseed rape. So let's put some cadmium lemon in here. See how we go with that. Let's whip it all over this and see how we go. Mind the village. Down to there. Back of there. Nice lemon. And this, we'll have some more at this side as well. Leave the path. It's fully out in Norfolk just now. It's beautiful. The smell's not that good. It's not a very good scent. It's a vibrant crop. In fact, if ever you fly into Norwich at this time of the year, it's a beautiful patchwork quilt of colour. This is how it's been painted for you. It's lovely. I'll touch more there on that. Another field of this stuff. See how we go. Yeah, this one as well. Let's do this one, shall we? I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll go mad today, shall we? We'll put some oilseed rape, make it an oilseed rape picture. I like to change my mind as I'm going along. It's lovely. And this is cadmium lemon. It's a good colour. I'm going to watch it with these buildings. There's the church in the distance. Typical church. This is a Norman church because it's got a square tower. If it was a round tower, which we get a lot of in Norfolk, it's a Saxon tower. Just thought I'd throw that in for you. I don't know how to do it for the money. Right. And in the foreground here, you're going to get an instance of greenery where you see the edge of the cone. Let's see what we can do with that. See what we've got. And just here, you're going to get a suggestion of greenery. Because she stood near the front of this field, you see, and this is the way you'll see it. Right, put that path in, which is start off with raw sienna. That's it. Let's see how we go. Going down to the village. Of course, what's interesting about this, you'll also see, because you're looking across to it, a touch of greenery here, on the edge of this field. It's up close and personal there. Just get a touch on that one. And it tells you that the plants are a certain height. And this height will diminish as it goes into the distance. Like that. Nearly to nothing. So we're seeing the green here. Touch that blue into it. It's not the big village, is it? It's only small, so we need to go in carefully. So I'm going to use a small brush and perhaps that's what I'm looking for, the rigour as well. So the church is in full sun. I'm going to paint that using the sienna, the raw sienna. It's a nice colour. It'll look glowy in the sun, won't it? I'll have a touch of that in there. Pop that one in first. That's it, man. It's only small, so don't go mad with it. There's the Saxon tower. There's the shadow side of the church. I think I'll put a pantar roof on it, but the brickwork is down here and the end of it. That's okay for a start. Now I'm going to put some pantar roofs in there for the village. Light red's a good colour for this. Light red. I'm just touching it into the actual paint itself and just picking up on one or two suggested roof lines here. They're not B&Q, They're only look tiny on the picture. But it's just giving us a suggestion of a pantel roof. Shan't spend a lot of time on it. Just when somebody looks at your paint, they'll say, "Oh yes, there's a few houses in the village there. That's nice." And we'll take it from there. See, it's a hamlet. That's the top of that one. There's another one here. Another one just here. What it's done, it's also given you a focal point for the picture. I'm using the thirds again, so this is our focal point, if you like. It's not detailed, but it's focal, and it lets you know it's there. So we've got to give them some structure on the bottom of the houses now. So let's see if we can just put some touch of lighter colour on the walls there. I see we've put a bit of pantel grey on there. If we can get that colour, it'd be nice. Just pinching some of that blue I've got there, and a bit of raw sienna, and let's see if we can get something on the side of the house. Well, that for a start is the shadow side. We've a shadow side of this church as well, haven't we? Just there, because the sun's coming from top left. We've got a shadow on the end of the church there, which will make it more three-dimensional. This house here, that's facing that way, so we'll get no shadow there. So we'll get this looking down there, and it's given us something. A bit of a chimney pot there. That's in shade, this side here. Perhaps a couple of windows in here so we can see what's going on. This one here, shade at that side. And this one shade at that side. Pop a window in. As I say, we're not trying to sell these houses. It's just it's a suggestion in your village that there's houses there. I mean, the church will have sort of windows in here. If we can just show it there, and perhaps one or two in that one. So it's a village, but it's not sort of photographic. That's the word I'm looking for. Photographic. It's not photographic. But we'll put perhaps a spire on the top of that one, just to give us a lead in that one. This little tiny one here. Little flagpole on the top. And gosh, what would be nice on this is in the village there'll be trees, won't there? So let's look at some trees. Let's get some trees going. Cadmium yellow. And I think the nice thing here is a touch of Windsor blue red shade. Makes a nice green, but be careful, you can also put too much in. So let's have a look what we've got here. So I think there were some bushes and that near the church and that. Some behind these houses here. just varying the greens a bit by dipping in different parts of the mix. I haven't mixed it like all solid. I've mixed it so you can get a nice juicy dark in there, which will stand out against the church, won't it? In the village. There are one or two in the foreground here. Perhaps these people here have a nice tree in the garden as well. Right, so the church is settling down a bit now. It's anchored. So we'll see about what else we need on this. Now, all these fields are separated by trees usually, green trees and stuff like that. So let's start at the back here. We have a suggestion of trees on the horizon here. Or bushes. I'm not trying to make a botanical statement here. It's separating the fields from the hills and that. Keeps the riffraff out. And of course, in here we shall have some more bushes. They're more distinctive because they're closer, aren't they? So let's use a bit bigger brush, see if we can get them in there. You get the odd tree in there as well. Don't start putting robins in or anything like that. It's just a separation of fields. And the one comes across here near the front, which is I'll put a nice bit of a tree here, that'd be nice. That's going across to there. That's coming to the edge of the road there. So that's Fred's field and that's Bill's field. So they've got to be separated. And it's like a patchwork quilt. If you ever get the chance to fly into Norwich, it's just like a patchwork quilt. And what I might do also is just as a bit of fun, take your boredom off all this old rape. I might put some fields in being ploughed, stuff like that, which will sort of break the monotony. I'm just putting a bit of a dark in the bottom here where you can see the soil. So that's closed that field down, doesn't it? We've closed that one down to the back there. That section is just about done. A few darks into here. I'll put some darks in there. Now these back fields, as I say, I want to mix one of them a bit darker. So it's actually got corn in it, or it's been ploughed or something like that. Something just to, let's say this one here for a start. That's one. I think we'll have another one somewhere. This one here, perhaps. I don't know if you can hear that on the sound. It's raining like mad here, and I work in my shed, which is not a shed. People also like to call it the studio, but it's a shed to me, and it's in my garden. It's 4 meters by 4 meters, log cabin, insulated top and bottom, double glazed. So it's quite. It's workable summer and winter, which is why I got it. I put some darks in the foreground here, perhaps suggesting a direction, all leading the eyes to that distant village. Quite dark in the corner here. I'd like a bit of blue down here. Right, now the separation in these background fields as well, so I'll pop those in. And I think the dark green will probably be a bit lighter here because it's further away. And you'll not see much of it, will you? This will be separated just here. That's the farthest point here, so you're not going to get much detail there. It's just a suggestion of a hedgerow. A bit stronger on this one. Right, and fields indicated around here as well. So it's a quickie, this, folks. It's not fine tuning or anything like that. It's just separating the field with little hedgerows, like good hedges make good farmers. separation of the land. No hedgerow there, there'll be one just here between these two. Let's pop that one in. Usually hawthorn and stuff like that, these old hedges, hawthorns, buckthorn, all sorts. They've been there for donkeys. They're a wonderful hedge. Because at one time when they pulled all the hedges out, didn't they? They tried to do the American system with big fields. All they did was, when the wind blew, all the soil blew up. That was fun. Not a good idea, that one. I'm just taking the boredom off this by making a slightly bit of a tree in there. I might put one or two more in somewhere. Let's have a look. They keep off that because it's in the distance. What about the junction of them trees, them fields? That's better. Then I want to put a bit more dark on the right hand side of that church tower because it's not got its not got enough darkness there. Let's see if I can put a bit more onto it. Just here. That's defined it a bit more. You can see the churches there, you can see the one or two houses and that. Now this, what I'm going to do, I'm going to strengthen this path a bit in the foreground because tonally it's the same tone there as it is here, and it's got to be stronger here because this is closer to you, okay? So we'll tackle that first. And we'll put a bit of that burnt umber in what I've added to the sky. And let's attack this, well, I'm not attack it, just make this closer to us. I also want to introduce I like a touch of blue in there as well to really bring it forward. This is just what's on the palette, folks. I haven't mixed anything separate, it's just I've got a bit left of that ultramarine, so I'm just using that. That brings that towards. I'll leave that bit there because that's going into the village. Now, one thing I want to improve as I look at it, it's a bit tonally same just here and just there as it is here, and this is going to be stronger. So I'm going to put another coat of cadmium yellow on there. Let's get some zonk. Bring it forward. Really bring it forward. That's better. more strength in this foreground here, which is closer to us, of course. And if you like to fiddle, the odd isolated poppy in there is not amiss. So we can suggest the odd poppy. Let me find the poppy brush. That'll do. This is a bit twee, this, folks, so my apologies. But some people like it, you know. Just don't go mad, you know. And I think we can darken some of this foreground a little bit, just to some darks in there if I can. This is some of that sky colour here that I've got left. That's all I'm doing, just using it up. It's the Yorkshireman in me. And what it's doing two jobs, because it's using it up. It's also bringing this a little bit towards me, isn't it? So it's doing me a favour as well. I think I'll make this tree a bit bigger. It looks a bit miserable there. It's an excuse for a tree, and it's not good. It ain't good at all. So let's make a bit more of a statement with it. It's closer to it. Let's just. Biggish one there. No, I'm starting to fiddle now. I'll just wonder where to restate that horizon a bit more there, but no, I'm fiddling if I do. Oh, I'll have a couple of figures in. How's that? Just to give you value for money. I don't like it. Some small changes. Let's see what we've got. A couple of figures. Going down this lane into the village, towards the village. Let's put Fred in. Fred, he likes to walk, he does. Here he is. And Mabel, she'll have a nice top on. She always does. Likes a top on. I think some cad yellow would be nice. Cadmium yellow for a top. Put her just here. We'll put her a blue one on for a change, because it'll stand out against that goldy stuff. A blue top. This is our new jumper. I think the yellow one is in the wash. So let's see how we go. There she is. Smaller than Fred. A lovely girl. Right, let's get them to put some legs in so they can walk. I'm going to use some Payne's grey. I'll use some Payne's grey for the jeans. There's Fred. Here's Mabel. Offer to pace with him as well. Come on, Mabel, give it some stick. And I'll put my head on as well because that's helpful. This is Fred. Fred's head. And Mabel's head. I think just use off the floor a bit there, so I'll put it on the floor. Yes, we'll have some light red on Mabel's hair. That should be a nice colour for her. Nice girl. There she is. Right, now what about one or two shadows? I think we might get one or two shadows. Let's see what we've got. Let's use the ultramarine blue and the burnt umber. Will give us a nice shadowy colour. So the light's from the top left, isn't it? So we're perhaps going to get a shadow down here somewhere as well. This will cast a shadow down here. This will be in shade. Just a touch on there. There'll not be a lot of shade on this, probably just a touch from that tree there and a touch across there like that. I'm tempted to put just, but I might mess about and indicate a touch of touchy colour into the shadow side there, just to let you know that it's a bit shadowy there. Gives you a bit more definition, doesn't it? And it stops it being wishy-washy, totally wishy-washy. And in the background, I suppose we can get a touch of colour in there. Let's just try and put a touch on. I don't want to make it a bit more evident, that background. I've lost it, you see. I don't think you see much shadow on this bit here. I mean, I'm looking for things to do now, and that's a dangerous stage. You might fiddle on and put a bit of dark on the bottom of that tree there, and some on that one tree there, and some on this one here, and some on that one there. But when you start looking for stuff to do, I don't like that bit there. I wonder if I can get rid of it. See if we can just dip that out. That's better. Oh, but a bird. I'll give you, you've got figures, you can have a bird as well. Let's see, this is inland, so I think there'll be crows this time, not seagulls. So we'll have some crows for a change, shall we? And what colour are crows? The Payne's grey, that's what colour they are. In my palette anyway. So let's see, one a nice light bit over here, that'd be nice. It's a bit wet, so I'm going to put my fingers on it. 1, 2, and one up here. 3, how's that? You got birds, you got people, you got churches, you got villages, you've got oilseed rape. Oh, I might take one. I'm just tempted to take one of them oilseed rapes out. Yeah, I will. Before I finish, I'm going to take one out and make it a field of something. Like a ploughed field. Let's have a. I'm using burnt umber. That'd be nice to use. Say in this one here. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it looked a bit odd with all that oilseed rape. So we've got one way to be harvested or seeded and stuff like that, and then we've got. I'll darken that one a bit as well. Stop fiddling. Well, that's it for today, folks. It's a Norfolk countryside scene with oilseed rape and people and a little village in the distance. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed painting it. Give us a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you on the next painting. So until then, folks, it's goodbye from me for today. Goodbye.